This one is from Am I the Asshole? Title, Am I the Asshole for telling my husband's friend that he was selfish and hurting his wife? My 32 female, husband 36 male, has a high school friend 36 male. Let's call him John. John is a typical jock, athletic, good-looking, popular with girls. But I've been around enough to see and hear him being questionable towards women. To the story, we were in a group of friends, and I was introducing them to my new baby, 0 female. Important info. I had a miserable pregnancy. The topic of having kids came up, and John started saying how him and his fiancée, 32 female, would be next. More important information. His fiancée, Janet, is an amazing lady. Kind, smart, gentle. Recently, she has been through a lot. Lost her dad, and her health has been terrible. Not going to say what, but she has a disease that causes headaches, weakness, dizzy spells, fainting, extreme fatigue. She has been more and more emotionally and physically dependent on him. On top of that, she and I come from another country. It means her family and support system are not here. Back to the situation. I asked her if they plan to have kids after the wedding. That is in 2 years. I thought that because it gives her time to recover. He doesn't let her answer and says they agreed they would only get married after having kids. I am surprised for 2 reasons. She always said she wanted kids after marriage and her health is not good. She doesn't say anything but looks sad. I argue that it doesn't seem like a good plan and that a pregnancy now could put her health at risk. He said her fertility window is almost closing and that is now or never. I started getting angry and we discussed. I ended up saying he is selfish and this decision is only based on his wants and needs and is hurting her. Basically, a form of abuse. The room gets quiet and we end up leaving. My husband later agreed with me, but said it was not my place to say anything. Our friends are mixed, saying someone had to say it, but I was too harsh. I feel maybe it was not my place, and I was being a busybody. But after being through a hard pregnancy myself, without my family, I know how hard it is. And my husband is a great supportive guy. Meanwhile, John leaves her alone all the time to party and enjoy life. He is dooming someone that trusts him blindly into a horrible situation. Am I the asshole? Well, there's an update, bun-buns, so we're going to jump right into that. It says, thank you for all the answers. I'm blown away by all the perspectives and was able to see further into the situation. I reached out to Janet and invited her for a coffee. We usually talk with more people around, so this was the first time fully alone. I started by apologizing. I said I should not have said all the things in front of everyone and acted as if she cannot speak for herself. She said she was initially embarrassed, but after further thought, she started questioning if it was really a good idea to have kids now and has scheduled a talk with a specialist. She said John doesn't know and she wants to have more information before talking to him. She also said he was furious afterwards and they had a terrible fight. So you guys were right. It was not the right move, and he did blame her, saying she should have defended their position and that she knew having kids was a must for him. He also said that a woman would only be a real woman if she gave her man biological children. Whoa. She asked him what if she could not, and apparently he never answered. It seems more has happened in the fight, but I decided not to pressure her and let her tell me what she was comfortable with. Lastly, she decided to take some time off and go home to her mom, and I think it's a great idea. The saddest for me was that she was crying, saying someone like her would never get a man like him, and that she was scared of losing him. That it was like she found a golden ticket. I held my tongue because I personally do not think he's a prize. But again, I took the advice and did not press further. I also had a long talk with my husband, and we are at odds. He still thinks I'm overreacting and that John poops gold. I am frustrated, but not much I can do for now. Oh wow, buns. My whiskers are twitching with frustration with this one. OP was just trying to have a chill moment introducing the little bun to friends, and then John the jock swoops in with his nonsense. Can we talk about the fact that he's basically treating his fiancée like an incubator on a deadline? Sir, her body, her health, and her timeline should be at the top of the priority list, not his delusional fertility clock. And that whole real woman comment, honey, no. My fur is bristling just thinking about how outdated and selfish this dude is. Janet's health is literally at risk, and all John's worried about is his legacy? Please. He might as well be digging himself a burrow because that attitude is prehistoric. But I also understand why OP felt a little conflicted afterward. Sure, calling someone out in front of a group might not have been the smoothest move. But when someone's pulling some major I'm the boss energy over something as serious as pregnancy, it's hard to stay quiet. And honestly, Janet needed that wake-up call. I'm glad she's starting to question things and take charge of her health. Girl, go do what's best for you. And if John's throwing tantrums over it, maybe that's a sign he's not the golden ticket she thinks he is. Now, bunnies, let's hop into the comments. Top comment says, I think this was before the update, but top comment says, what you said was the truth, but you were a little too harsh. I think you were right to say it because the guy obviously doesn't care how he treats his wife. I also think you should ask his fiancée in private how she feels about her situation. Another person commented, honestly, I think he knows what he's doing. There's a reason he won't legally commit to her until after she has children. And that is not a kind or responsible reason. So I don't think he's going to care about what you said or the potential health outcomes for your friend. It may be satisfying to call him out, but is it going to change his mind? I think you do need to check in on your friend ASAP to make sure she isn't the one bearing the consequences of your fight. Make sure she always has a way to contact you and talk through what's going on in her life. Well, bun-buns, have you ever had to call someone out for being selfish in a relationship, even if it wasn't your place? How would you have handled John's alpha male nonsense? Let me know in the comments.